What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic and Mrs. Heretic coming at you with a special edition of reactions, reviews, and rants. And tonight, yes, tonight, we are bringing you our concert review of a concert that we were given tickets to kind of last minute, but we still went and we still enjoyed it. We got an opportunity to go see Halestorm and Volbeat playing together on one stage. Halestorm fans, feeling you, and Volbeat fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bop, do us a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give us a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. Man, that was unexpected. We were not expecting to go to a concert, but we had a couple of tickets gifted to us pretty last minute. I think we had like what? About less than a month. We had like what, 3 weeks?
2-3 weeks
2-3
approximately.
weeks about that. It was short notice, but we had a member of the fan base come through and gift us some tickets. I would love to mention this individual's name. However, this individual has insisted on staying anonymous. They do not want their name used. They do not want any of the spotlight. They do not want any of the attention or the credit or the gratitude, but we're going to give you the gratitude anyway. But this individual just wants to get out of the limelight and just said, listen, I can't go to the show. Things have happened. Things have come up. I could sell the tickets, but I would rather see you and Mrs. Heretic go to the show. So I said, that's great. That's wonderful. Can I do anything for you in return? And he said the only thing that he would appreciate would be a concert review. So here we are doing what we can to, kind of repay and pay it forward to the individual who did donate the tickets. So thank you very much, because I don't know about you, but I had a great time.
I was having a really bad week, so that concert literally made the week for me. I was looking forward to it. I was so excited about it. I was able to get the time off of my very demanding job to go, and I had a blast. And
Yep.
Anonymous fan, thank you so much for doing so. You really brought a smile to my face.
And brightened your day. Yeah.
And I'm so glad you did. So, we're supposed to do that for you guys, but apparently the love was returned, and we are eternally grateful.
Absolutely. So, without further ado, shall we get to the review? All right. Well, then, let's get to it, shall we? First of all, you had never heard of any of these bands. You've never even heard of them.
I was like, who are these people? What am I getting myself into?
Yeah.
And Dave here was like,
Oh, you're going to love it.
You're going to like it. I've done some reviews. You're going to like it. This is going to be, it's not 100% up your alley. It's not country music. Sorry, honey. But you are going to have a good time.
I was very confident.
He was like, you're going to have a good time. I guarantee.
I guarantee.
So, and he did not disappoint when he said that. He was 100% right.
Yep.
Which usually Mr. Heretic is.
So the show was on July 25th.
Yes.
It was at the Great Western, the Kia Forum. I'm sorry. It will always be the Great Western Forum to me. Home of the King and the Lakers. No, it's now the Kia Forum. I get it. We've seen a couple of shows there. We saw Springsteen there. We've been there a few times. I got to see. Well, I went and saw Ghost there. It's a nice venue for concerts. It really is. The individual who did donate the tickets, boy, he had some nice tickets.
They were awesome.
We were front row on the first tier up, the first mezzanine level, front row center. I mean, we had some of the best seats in the house. We could see it all. And I have no idea how much those tickets were, but I bet they probably cost a pretty penny. But we got to see the entire stage. We saw it. We didn't even need binoculars. We saw everything pretty clearly.
My eyesight isn't as good as yours, so it was a little blurry for me.
A little blurry?
Little blurry. I think I need a new prescription.
Yeah, maybe. But we had some fine seats. Doors opened at 6. Show started promptly at 7. And the first band up was a band that I had never heard of. And usually I don't talk a whole lot about opening acts. But I'm going to take some time to talk about these guys because I'm going to be honest with you. In my opinion, they absolutely earned it. The opening act was a group called The Ghost Inside. They are a Southern California band. I think they said they were from El Segundo.
Yes.
So that's good. Kind of, a little hometown coming back. I gotta say, for an opening act, they did exactly what they were supposed to do. They got the energy up and going. They kind of remind me a little bit of Linkin Park. Personally, I think with a little more energy and a little more stripped down sound as far as instrumentation goes. But very similar songwriting style, very similar approach to their music. Very live band, very high energy live band. They did all the check boxes. Like right from the very first song, they had all 5 check boxes checked. A very raw sound, a very performance focused show. And I gotta say, they got the crowd going. Boy, when they said get up, when they told the crowd to get out of their chairs and get out of their seats and get up, I looked around the entire arena, and I gotta say, about 3/4 of the arena got up. For an opening act, that's unusual. These guys really grabbed the crowd. What did you think?
I thought they were great. I will be honest with you. With them, I have never seen a stadium so full for an opening act.
Right? Yeah.
It was like there were people there just to see this band.
You could tell.
You could tell because we've gone to a lot of concerts and we were looking around. We're like, this arena is pretty full for it just being the opening act. We even commented on that. And the lead singer knew how to command an audience.
Yes.
If you want to see a stage general, go see The Ghost Inside.
Yeah.
He literally could get people up off their feet, scream. His interaction, crowd interaction, was by far some of the best crowd interaction I've seen in a long time.
Absolutely. I could not possibly agree more. This band really understands the concept of putting on a show with absolutely no production, no special effects, no cryo, no pyro, no crazy lighting rigs. I mean, it was bare bones when it came to production, but their energy was infectious. Both the lead vocalist, all the guys up at the front of the stage, everybody was contributing, and that was really cool to see. I was very impressed with them as a live act, and I'm gonna see if we ever get a chance to see them perform as the headliner somewhere. I'm sure it'll be a smaller venue, but I would love to see these guys play again. They really put on a good live show. Agree?
I'd agree.
Yeah?
I would totally agree. And when he says bare bones stripped down, the only thing other than the house lighting that they had, the house lighting effect,
they had some Eagle Block.
That's standard. They had a banner. That is it.
Yeah, they had the banner.
They had a banner. So, I mean,
They had the backdrop.
They had the backdrop banner. But you wouldn't even focus. We're doing a concert review, so we're focused on the details. But you wouldn't even, if you were just going there to see the show, you wouldn't even think about that. Honestly, you are so hyper focused on the band, and they're like, we had to pay attention to the details.
Yeah, they didn't give you a choice.
Yeah, they literally, you were stage, eyes centered, front center, ready to watch, ready to interact, ready to scream, ready to lose your voice, ready to jump, get out of your seats, and they pumped it up. And the one big thing I love is the opening act was so grateful to both Halestorm and Volbeat.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I was going to.
Yeah. Like, you heard that, like, and even though they pumped it up, like, they literally got us ready for Halestorm. He set it up so perfect.
Oh, yeah.
So when he was at his second to last song, he was like, really gay. Are you ready to seal Halestorm?
And the crowd reacted. The crowd responded.
We were pumped.
Yeah. They did exactly what an opening act should. They got the energy level up for the live crowd. They got the live crowd fired up, and they did it with just 6 songs. So good on them. Highly recommend seeing them if you ever get the chance. The Ghost Inside, they will not disappoint you when it comes to a live show. Now, moving on, the next band up was Halestorm. Now, you have never heard of Halestorm. You've never heard of any of their songs. I've had a couple of reactions to them. Not too many. I think I've done 4 or 5 reactions to them. Most of the set list I was not familiar with. As a matter of fact, they did, technically they did 13 and a quarter songs. You'll see what I mean by that in a little bit. They did a grand total of 13 and a quarter songs, and out of all of that, I had only done reactions to 2 of the songs. So the rest of the set list, minus 1 song, I had never heard before. So honestly, I don't remember a whole lot about the rest of the show, because I intentionally, if I don't recognize the song, I try to block it out just in case there's a reaction that is requested later. So I can honestly say I don't remember it. I do know that I had a good time. I know they put on a good show. I know in the comments to other reactions I've done to Halestorm, people in the comments would always say, you need to see them live because Lizzie Hale's vocals will blow you out of the water. Boy, they were not kidding. Her vocal delivery and her vocal power, you hear it on albums. Albums don't do it justice, honestly. The songs I've heard, she completely blew her own self out of the water with her vocal power and her vocal delivery. She could get loud, she got supported, and she hit the notes. She absolutely hit the notes. Just overall, what did you think of it?
Okay, I'm gonna say this first impression, okay?
Yeah, first impressions.
Okay, and I did some research after the concert to try to get my terminology right for you guys.
Oh, okay.
So, Miss Lizzie Hale, okay? She is dating the guitarist, okay? So they had a really good chemistry. But this woman walks on stage. You would never know that this woman's in her 40s, walking out in this red satin-looking corset, thigh-high black boots, and a jacket, and she literally worked it. I mean, worked it, okay? Not a hall pass for me, 100%. I still have my eyes on Floriansen.
Wow.
But she can command a stage, okay? She's got that stage presence. She came out like a barrel. Like, it was just like, you would not expect to hear that kind of bellowing from somebody. Like,
That's a good way to put it, bellowing.
Yeah, she's bellowing.
Yeah.
Like, from somebody who's not, like, you wouldn't expect her to be like 6 foot tall. She's more of a littler thing. And she could bellow and take your breath away.
Yeah.
Watching her.
Yeah.
So that's my impression of Halestorm, because I'd never heard of the band, never seen anything, nothing, and I'm just sitting here going, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, what did you get me into? What am I about? Am I gonna pass out on this one? Like, how excited am I gonna get, you know? She delivered.
Yeah.
She totally delivered.
Absolutely.
And she does know how to make the audience follow when she wants you to follow.
Yep.
And take a step back when she wants you to take a step back. So she can be the presence in the front and center, and then she brings the audience back in. It is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
What you can see from her.
Yeah. I agree with everything you said. Not just her, the entire band did a really nice job utilizing the stage, putting on a good live show. They all contributed. It wasn't just Lizzie, it was everybody. Even the drummer back there, her brother,
Yep, that's her brother.
Her brother back there on the drums, he got a drum solo. You can believe that.
Yes, he did, and he knew how to knock it out of the park.
And he again utilized what he could to get the crowd involved in the drum solo. You know, doing the whole call and response. You know, kick, 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 bam, bam, kick, 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 kick.
Bam, bam.
Wait for the crowd to clap, bam, bam. You know, he got the crowd going, and that's good showmanship. So let's go down the set list for everybody that doesn't know the set list that they did. So they started out. Now, keep in mind, like most of these songs, I haven't even done a reaction. So I've never heard most of the songs before. So Fallen Star, apparently that is a song that they have released. They did a couple of songs that they have not released, like from the upcoming album. So I don't remember which ones they were, but there's a couple of songs they performed apparently at the show that have not even been released yet, and they performed them live for the crowd, which is always a special thing. You know, that's a special extra treat for those who are committed to actually going and supporting them in a live setting. So they started off with a song called Fallen Star. I got the impression from that song that it was a good way to open the set, but I don't remember anything about it. You?
Not much. I will be honest with you. I'm gonna say this. I think some of the orders of the songs, if I was going to go off and we're going to tell you some of the other songs, I would have gone and done like Freak Like Me first to start off, because that song had so much energy.
Yeah, I remember Freak Like Me, actually. Okay, so they started up with Fallen Star. Follow that up with I Miss the Misery, which I have done a reaction to.
What are your thoughts on that one? Because
it's a good live song. It is definitely it. That song needs to be played live, absolutely. And so does Love Bites. So do I. Oh my God! They played those two back to back.
She got the crowd interaction to do that, and I actually could understand what was going on. So I was singing along with it. It was fun. So much fun.
So funny because you've never heard the song before.
No.
But this is where I talk about, you know, songs being simple. You want to keep, sometimes you want songs to be as simple as possible. So that way a first-time listener like Mrs. Heretic will pick up on it very quickly and be able to have a good time singing along to it about halfway through the song. You know what I mean? And that hooks the crowd. That hooks the new listener in. So smart move on both of their part, on both of those songs to be able to do that. After that came a song called Watch Out. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's one of the ones.
That was the new one.
That was a brand new one, has been unreleased.
Yeah, she said this is coming up and coming
out. Yeah, this is coming out on our new album that'll be coming out soon. And they did the song Watch Out. And after that, they did a song called Amen. Now, I have a feeling you probably really enjoyed that song. I'd never heard it before.
I did.
But I do recognize the title. That song has a very country vibe to it.
Yes, it did. I was all over that.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
All over that.
I had a feeling.
All over that.
I remember they were playing this song, and I wasn't even looking at you. I was watching the stage, and I'm listening to the song going, I'll bet you anything. If I turn to my left, and I look at my wife, she's going to be just rocking out to this and grooving to it. And I did. And there you were, just grooving and just getting the shoulders into it, and you were just swaying to it, and you were absolutely into
I
that
was
song.
having the time of my life.
Yep. Now after that they did, and this is where the quarter song comes into play, because they only played about a minute of it, if even that. A song called Familiar Taste of Poison. They just did a little snippet of it. And then from there, they went into a song called Darkness Always Wins.
I really like that song.
I don't remember it.
I like that song.
Did you? Was it a ballad or was it a slow rocker? Was it a fast rocker? I don't remember.
I don't remember the tempo. I just remember the song being, I was into it.
Okay.
You know, I just remember, like I'm gonna tell you, I was into everything.
Okay.
Like everything, except for the drum solo. I'm not a drum solo girl or a guitar solo girl, but if you give me the actual stuff with the lyrics and the music together, I'm all over.
Cool. Okay, so after that came a song called Rain Your Blood on Me. I do not remember that one at
That
all.
one I don't remember very much.
No. And then came the drum solo.
Yeah.
Then came Freak Like Me.
And I was all over that one.
Were you really?
I was, yeah. Freak like me, yes.
Oh,
Yes!
yeah. Oh, she had the crowd going.
Yes.
She was doing a lot of, she was doing a lot of crowd interaction on that song. She would call out, and then she would point the mic, and the crowd would respond, Freak Like Me, Freak Like Me. Yeah, okay. I remember that one now. Okay.
I'm the one with the bad memory on the music. What's up with you today, Mr. Heretic?
Listen, I try to block songs out. I tried to, so I don't ruin any potential reaction. Okay, so after that came I Get Off, followed by a song called Everest. And then after that came Here's to Us. Now, you dug that one. I remember you were standing up for that one.
Yeah.
Kind of I don't know if I would call it a ballad,
No,
but
but
definitely
it
a
was,
little on the more relaxed and slower side.
Yeah, for Lizzie Hale, that I would call that a ballad for Lizzie Hale, because most of her music is like really harder.
Yeah. Now, after that, they were ready to finish out the show. And for the last song, in honor of the passing of the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne.
Rest in peace, man.
Which is a very common thing across the rock world. Like every rock band right now is doing a cover, an Ozzy Osbourne cover. And most bands follow, the suit of, we're going to do the popular hit. We'll do Crazy Train. We'll do Mr. Crowley. We'll do Flying High Again. We'll do, I Don't Know. They'll do the big hits, right? Well,
You're not
Halestorm,
speaking my language. I don't know anything about that.
That's okay. Hailstorm comes out, and they're going to do an Ozzy Osbourne song. They picked one of my favorite Ozzy Osbourne songs, Perry Mason.
I'm going to say something.
I couldn't believe they actually did that.
Dave was like in utter shock and awe. He's like, no. He's like, you got us so excited.
The bass player kicked it off. And I'm like, they're not really going to play this. There's no way they're going to actually play Perry Mason. And they did. And what was really cool about it, they played it start to finish. They played the entire song, which I have a lot of respect for. Look, if you're going to do it, do it. If you're going to pay homage, you're going to pay respect, do it in its entirety. I absolutely respected the fact that they, number one, attempted Perry Mason. Number two, they nailed it. They absolutely nailed it, and then they did the entire song. A lot of respect for Halestorm for pulling that off, and they closed out the show with it. What'd you think of that song anyway?
I'm not much a Black Sabbath fan.
That wasn't a Black Sabbath song. That was an Ozzy Osbourne
or an Ozzy Osbourne fan. Okay, I had brothers who went to Ozfest, that kind of stuff. Not my cup of tea. But if you're gonna pay homage to the King of Darkness, okay?
Well, the Prince of Darkness.
Well, the Prince of Darkness. He's the king at this point, okay?
Right. He ascended.
He ascended. I think they did it in style. I think they did it right. Like I said, I'm not Ozzy or Black Sabbath fan. I don't know. I don't know a lot of them. I know Crazy Train, okay? I do know Crazy Train. Who doesn't know Crazy Train, okay?
Who doesn't know that song?
You're in the flippin' dark if you don't know Crazy Train.
Seriously.
But if you're gonna pay homage and you're gonna do it in the right way, close it out with it. If that's how you're gonna do it, make that the last note that you stand on, especially when you're paying tribute to somebody who was so influential in the genre.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
Now, who can argue with that? Rev it!
All right, so Halestorm leaves the stage. They do the stage transition. Lights go out, and out comes Volbeat. Now, before we talk about the show, we had the opportunity to talk to a Volbeat fan who was sitting next to us, and we were talking, just about everything. And he mentioned he had come from the show a few nights prior.
The night before.
Oh, the night before?
The night before.
The night before. And apparently the lead vocalist lost his voice completely about halfway through the show. And as a result, they had to finish out the show with no vocals. Luckily, the crowd there knew all the songs. So the crowd was singing all of the songs for the second half of the show. Well, here we are the next day. And I was thinking to myself, how is this going to go? Are they going to have a special guest vocalist, or what are they going to do?
Backing track.
Are they going to have to do a lip sync job, and what's going to happen here? And I gotta say, to his credit, the lead vocalist comes out, and you would never know it. You'd never know it. You would never know that there was an issue. He admitted after I think about the second song, it was before the third or fourth song. He told the crowd that he's struggling. He ended up getting a virus, some kind of a throat virus that ended up wrecking his vocal cords pretty badly. But he said he wasn't going to miss out. He wanted to perform. He's going to tough it out. He's going to do the best that he can. It's not going to be perfect, but he's going to give it 100%. I got to be honest with you. If he had not said a word, I would have thought he sounded. I think he would have been in perfect health.
He said to him he sounded like a word I can't use here, but crap. Yeah. And basically we wouldn't have known the difference. Nope. Number one. Number two, he toughed it out. It wasn't backing track. It was he put on a good show given the condition that he says he was in. I give him mad props for that.
Absolutely. No, he toughed it out. He belted out every single song. I mean, there were a couple places he had to kind of take a couple liberties because I actually know the songs because I reacted to them and I love them and I listen to them. He did have to take a couple of liberties, just like, maybe a grand total of 2 or 3 throughout the entire show. But for the most part, 99% of what he sang was exactly how it sounded on the album. So, I mean, mad props. So, let's go down the set list. Opened up the show with a song that when I did a reaction to it, by the way, 16 and a quarter songs for their set list. And out of the 16 songs, I've done reactions to 7 of them. So almost half the set list I was actually familiar with. You had never even heard of Volbeat. So this is going to be a grand slam first time exposure for you. Before we get to the set list, let's just talk about your overall impression of Volbeat. What did you think of? Because everybody knows what I think of Volbeat. Everybody on the channel who has ever seen me do a Volbeat reaction, they know that I'm a fan. I dig on them. I absolutely vibe with Volbeat, hands down. What was your first impression of the band?
I didn't know what to come in on. Okay.
Yeah.
I had no idea what I was dealing. I'm like, okay. So when they started going in, it was like heavy metal meets almost like doo-wop, and you kind of put a it's like a mash, and I was like,
yep.
What in the flying fudge is this? Like, I'm like confused.
A little bit of rockabilly, a little bit of bluegrass, a little bit of country, a little bit of 50s doo-wop, all mixed in. with a nice, modern, heavy metal sound.
And I'm
You
confused.
nailed it.
I was like completely discombobulated. I'm like, what am I like? Okay, the first song, I didn't know even what to make of it because I'm getting over the initial shock and awe of like, what did I just walk into and what am I listening to? So I apologize. Like, the first song, I don't even remember because I'm like, huh? What is this?
By the way, the first song was a song when I did a reaction to it. Let me get back to that's what I was talking about. I did a reaction to this song, and I remember one of the biggest comments they made about the song was, I can see this being played live, and I can see this either being the first song of the set or the last song of the set. I'm really leaning more toward it being the show opener. And I'm so glad they opened the show with it because I was right. They opened up with the Devil's Bleeding Crown. And boy, you could not think of a better song to open up their show with. Out of every song they did on their set list, that was the perfect song to open the show with, I think. And you were just kind of sitting there in shock. Now, your shock got over, but you got over your shock pretty quick when the second song came on. When I did a reaction to this song, I think I made the comment, I think Mrs. Heretic would love this song. The second song, they went right into Lola Montez, and boy, did you come alive.
It was good. I'm gonna say, not my favorite song of the set.
Okay.
But
you got into it,
but
though.
Pretty darn close to my favorite song.
You absolutely got into it.
Okay, I did get into it. I love how that song came out. And like I said, this is the only second song I've ever heard. I'm like, okay. This is gonna be good.
You're starting to get an idea.
This is gonna be absolutely freaking fantabulous. Yep. I'm getting excited.
And they nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. He got all the even with his voice disorder, he still hit all the notes in the chorus, especially that ascending line, that everything, the apex point, he hit it every time. They followed that up with a song I have not done a reaction to yet, a song entitled Enlighten the Disorder, also known as By a Monster's Hand Part 2. I haven't heard it. I hate to say this, but I really did my best to not pay attention to it because I don't want to ruin any potential reactions. I will say, during their set list, there was not a single point, start to finish, during their entire set list where I was bored. So even the songs that I was trying to block out, I still enjoyed them, even though I was doing my best to ignore them. Follow that up with, this was really cool what they did. They did a little Johnny Cash.
I loved it. Oh my God, I loved that.
They did a little Johnny Cash homage, and they did a little bit of a Ring of Fire for the intro, and they were playing it. They were actually playing the chords, and the crowd was singing along. The crowd was singing along to it, and from there they transitioned seamlessly from that Ring of Fire intro into Sad Man's Tongue. And I love that tune. I remember when I did a reaction to it, I really enjoyed it. And in a live setting, it absolutely works. Do you remember that song at all?
A little.
Little? Okay.
I mean, like I said,
You were kind of overwhelmed.
I was very, like I said, I'm still trying to process how the hell do you do a mashup of like rockabilly doo-wop with this heavy metal twist? Like, what?
Well, it works.
And it does. Oh my God, it so works.
They figured the formula out. So from there, they went into a song called Demonic Depression, which I have, again, not done a reaction to yet. They went into Fallen, which I just did a reaction to a couple months ago. So there's that.
That was pretty fresh for you, wasn't it?
It was very fresh for me, so I recognized it immediately. From Fallen, they went into Shotgun Blues, which is another song I've not done a reaction to. And then from there, we had some fun with this one. He made a big...
Oh my God, this was hilarious.
He made a big to-do about the title. You know, he was having some fun at his own expense with it, basically. And with the crowd, trying to get the crowd to help him with the name of the song. In the barn of the goat, giving birth to Satan's spawn in a dying world of doom. Yes, that, boy, what a mouthful. He even said that himself. That was a mouthful. Yeah, so they did that.
And that had more of like a bluegrass feel to it.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Had definitely had the bluegrass bounce to it. From there, they went into By a Monster's Hand, which another song I have yet to do a reaction to. From there, they went into The Devil Rages On, which I have done a reaction to. And like I said, every song they did worked. This was one of the very few songs, one of the very few shows where every single song they played made sense. Every single song they played in the set list sounded like it should be played live. There have been a number of shows I've gone to where at least one or two songs have been in the set list where I'm sitting there and they're playing it. And I'm scratching my head going, why would you be playing this live? This does not do well in a live setting. I'm sure in a studio setting it works great, but in a live setting, not so much. Never the case here. Every single song worked in a live setting. And from there, we go into a song called Die to Live. At which point, she came alive. My goodness, you were rocking out to that song.
Favorite song of the night.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Favorite song of the night. It was amazing, and it's easy. It's so catchy.
It's very catchy.
It's so catchy.
Probably one of the catchiest songs Volbeat's ever written.
It is so catchy. I have literally made Mr. Heretic in the car play Volbeat
every day
on repeat. He's like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna be sick of this."
Let me guess. Again?
Yes, again.
Rewind.
Again.
Skip backwards. Play it again. But that's fine. Look, you found at least one song from them that you love.
I also
right?
made you play Lola Montez again.
And Lola Montez. You've made me play both of those on repeat. No, but that was
and one that's coming up too.
Yeah. One that's coming up.
Yeah.
Which
I've
one?
made you play that one.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so after Die to Live, they went into a song. Well, there's actually three songs in a row that I have not done reactions to yet. Time Will Heal, Black Rose, and Seal the Deal. Now, those are three songs I have not done reactions to. I have not played in the car. I have not listened to since. And I tried my best to block it out. After that, they went into a song. This is the song that she's talking about. How do you even pronounce that? For
Evigt.
Evict? E-V-I-G-T. Evict? Or Evict? He even said, do you mind if we sing a little...
in Danish.
You don't mind if we speak our native language for a little while,
Our
do you?
mother tongue.
Our mother tongue. So they did that song, and you really liked it because now, for those of you that have ever wanted to see me do a reaction to that song, I'm sorry, folks. I'm not going to be able to do a reaction to that song. She has asked me to play that in the car multiple times for her, so I know it now.
Sorry, you guys. I got hooked.
You got hooked.
And I have to say something about Volbeat. Their transition from song to song was so seamless and so smooth. I was really sad when the night ended.
Yeah.
Really sad because I'm like, wait, that's it? And then but he's like, they did like 16 songs. What the heck?
16 and a quarter. Speaking of that quarter, let's talk about that quarter. From there, after for Evict, they went into their obligatory cover and tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. They did a Black Sabbath tune called Children of the Grave, which I'm very familiar with. You've never heard the song, apparently. My only gripe is they only did like the first, they did the intro, and then they did the first verse, and that was it. That was the end of it, and I was like, we were kind of left hanging. Like, wait a minute, what? You're not
Where's the rest?
You're not gonna do the whole song like Halestorm did. So I'm gonna be honest with you, I was a little disappointed at that.
But I also understand he was dealing with throat issues, and I know anything coming from Ozzy's a little bit more gritty. It might have strained his throat a little bit. I'm gonna
No,
give him.
I think he could have sang that song just fine. What I think it was time constraints,
Yeah.
because at that point we were already well past the 10 o'clock hour. I'm sure they got a permit from the city of Los Angeles to extend to 11, because the city noise ordinance in Los Angeles is 10 o'clock. So you can get a permit to extend out to 11 o'clock, but you have to get that through the city. I'm sure they did. But you can only go to 11. And at that point, we were at like, what, 10:35?
10:40, yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to take any chances. So I get it. I understand. But at the same time, I really kind of wish they had played the whole song. Anyway, after that, the last song of the night, they did a song called Still Counting. And what was kind of cool here is they took a page out of Five Finger Death Punch's playbook, and they brought as many kids as they possibly could from the audience up onto the stage to rock out with them. Those poor kids were so lost, man. I kept waiting for the kids to start rocking out or something like that. They all stood there like statues, like deer in the headlights.
Except for one
There
kid.
was that one kid.
kid.
There was the one kid that was rocking out with the guitar player.
Yeah, and he
was sitting there playing air guitar and rocking out and headbanging, and all the rest of the kids kind of, you felt the unison slow head turn as all the kids looked at him going, "What are you doing?"
Those kids looked. It was like this.
Yeah, they were
They were so
absolutely
uncomfortable.
petrified to be up on that stage in front of all those people. But I get it, you know, and I absolutely applaud Volbeat for doing that, because we are talking about the next generation of, you know, heavy metal listeners and rock and roll listeners and hard rock listeners, and why not give them something special? Why not give them a little treat? Why not put the spotlight on them and, you know, give them some recognition for, hey, you're a kid, you could be listening to these other bands and these other acts, these other performers who most kids listen to, but you're making the conscious choice to listen to hard rock, heavy metal music, and you're enjoying it. So I think that was very cool on Volbeat's part to do that. What did you think?
I thought it was really awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was a good gesture.
I liked the idea. It would have been a lot better if those kids were like,
Would have been nice if they had been a little more into it, but they were looking petrified up there.
they looked like deers in the headlight, the poor babies, except for the one kid.
The one
who was
kid up there, air guitar and rocking out with the guitar
yes,
player.
Yes, yes.
That was weird, but that's okay. At least one of them had a good
He
time.
went to the beat of his own drummer,
Yeah.
literally.
I suppose. So that's how they ended the show. They ended the show with that song. Lights went off, house lights came up, and that was the end of the show. So, shall we do a rating for this?
No,
You don't want to do a rating?
no, I'm just gonna say that this was awesome. And I will tell you something. Mr. Heretic at the end of the night asked me, and I shocked the heck out of him. He's like, so, if you're gonna say, what band would you want to go back and see? Which was your favorite?
I was ready for her to say Halestorm. I was convinced Halestorm was going to be the highlight of the night for her.
Nope, it was Volbeat.
Shocked
And
me.
I was literally on the way home just humming away at the lyrics and talking about how I was on cloud nine. Thank God the concert was on a Friday night. Thank flipping goodness. Why? Because we got home at like we were starving after the concert.
Yeah,
number
we
one.
didn't get dinner.
Because I ran late from work.
Yeah.
And I had some work emergencies I had to handle before we could walk out the door. So we're both looking at each other. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? So Denny's it was.
Denny's. Oh, God. Denny's at 1:30 in the morning.
So we didn't get home until almost like, what, 3?
2:30. We got home
2:30.
about
Yeah,
2:30.
I was like, okay, good thing I get to sleep in.
Yep. Okay, so you don't want to give any type of score? Or
I
rating,
just want
or-
to say it was awesome.
Okay.
I want to give it the ability for us to do reviews on them. And I want to see what else I can give.
Okay. So overall, forget about all the bands. Just overall night, what would you give the overall night? 2 thumbs up. There it is. 2 thumbs up for the entire night for everybody involved.
If I could give 3 thumbs up, but I don't have a 3rd thumb, it was that good.
There you go.
And I had the best company.
Oh God, please. Stop it. Okay, so I am gonna give scores. I am gonna give ratings. So and I'm gonna shock some people. I'm gonna really shock some people.
Oh God,
Yeah, you do.
I gotta think about this.
You might want to brace yourself. Okay, actually, go on. I'm gonna change my mind on that. I'm not gonna give scores, but I am gonna rate each individual act. The top, obviously, Volbeat. They stole the show, hands down, without question. I'm gonna shock some people. I'm gonna say my second favorite act was the Ghost Inside. I know. Listen, I understand they're the opening act, but look, listen. No offense to Halestorm. They did a great job. They really did. And I am not saying they did a bad job in any way, shape, or form. They did a great job. Everything that was talked about in the comments from them in the past, you can DH, when you go and see Halestorm eventually, you're going to see this, and this. Every single checkbox was checked. Okay, it absolutely was. There was no shocks. There was no surprises there. The thing is, I had never even heard of the Ghost Inside. They're the opening act. So my level of expectation for them was way down here. And they came out and they blew my ever-loving mind with their stage presence, their stage energy, the immense amount of crowd interaction that they did. Stage interaction, they were constantly interacting with each other. They were consummate showmen. And on top of that, their music was really good to boot. I gotta say, I would put them just a tad above Halestorm. Just a touch, a hairline. But that was enough though. I still enjoyed Halestorm. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely enjoyed them. But the Ghost Inside, boy, they really brought it. I'm sorry, I gotta give second place to the Ghost Inside. Volbeat, I was expecting them to take the crown, and they absolutely did. Major props to their vocalist, going out there and performing sick the way he did, and not letting it affect him, pushing through it. I gotta give Matt props for that, absolutely. Halestorm, Lizzie's vocals, the highlight of the show, for their segment, obviously belting it like everybody said in the comments she would. So, but overall, the overall entire night, all the bands put together, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give the entire night, I'll give it a 9.2. Yep, 9.2. You heard me. I didn't stutter. That is the score I feel the entire night deserved. There was not one weak link in that chain. It was a fantastic night, start to finish. Even the opening act was fantastic. So, gotta give it to them. Absolutely. So, 2 thumbs up for the night, 9.2 for the night from me. Final words, we have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully, we were able to entertain you. If we were able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then we did our job, and we're so glad we could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to us, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then, by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic, and this is Heretic, signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous.
And support each other.
Later. Peace.